New York. Nice day, nice fall day. And today I wanted to talk about Trump's victory, which could be a good thing on many levels. I'm kind of happy he won, only because I don't trust the Democrats, or I trust the Democrats less than I do the Republicans, especially during COVID. But it was a tyranny to me. But yeah, that's how I'm going to try to talk about today. Trump's victory, and what it means really against Zionism. But yeah, so far as cabinet appointments, they've all been super Zionist. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, because it's really it's in your face, you know. You watch videos of them, and it's just they're right there with the Zionists. And why I don't think that's a bad thing is because you know at least you know where they're coming from, and you can fight it. With the Democrats, it's so sly. They just the rhetoric is one thing, but their actions don't back it up at all. So that's why I think it's better off to know, what you're fighting, who you're fighting, and they're straight up about it. Wow, look at this car. All right. But yeah, the Democrats do it on the sly. Republicans are in your face. And I don't think, even if Trump becomes bombastic with Iran or Lebanon or Palestine, I don't think it's going to matter this time. It's a different. This 2024 is so different. The world has got a whole different opinion of Zionism than it did back in 2016. Sure, they still control the narrative. They control our politicians. Well, we can see that. But they're losing their grip. And I could tell you that for sure, just for standing out on the street with my signs. It's a big change. Young people, Jewish people, Christians, Trump supporters, Biden supporters. There you go. That's Genocide Joe's legacy. But yep. But now all we got to do is get the Republicans to understand that war is just no good. And all the money for war, we should be putting it America first. Hey, how you doing? And my new thing is not make America great again, not Israel. And the new slogan would be MAGA-FI. Make America great again. Fuck Israel. Sorry for the cursing, but that's how I feel. All right. Yeah. So it's make America great, not Israel. Hey, how's it doing? And when you want to put America first, don't put Israel first. And you could see these guys. That's where their heads at. Hey, how's it going? All right. You could see that a lot of these cabinet members that Trump is putting in, that's their priority. They think we have an unbreakable bond with Israel. or the Zionist entity. Like, the Zionist genocidal entity. Well, if you're a non-Zionist, you know you don't have a unbreakable bond with them. You know, who wants to have an unbreakable bond with a genocide state? So, yeah, I'm just hanging out. I think it's about 12:30 or something. Oh, almost 1 o'clock. Nice day though. The temperature's pretty good. It's not too cold. I figured there'd be more people out. Yeah, so we'll see as time goes by. You know, with Trump. Like I said, it's different now. The Islamic community or the Muslim community is more or less coalescing. This genocide, this mass murder, has been so outrageous. I don't know. You have to not be human. You don't have to have any, no humanity. The disproportionality of death, it's just unbelievable. So, I had a guy complaining right before I came here about my photograph. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. One guy in a Mercedes, he was threatening me.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get the plate number or nothing.
If you ever need help, please call the police station.
I will. All right, thank you, officer. But yeah, he says he's coming. This guy, he came pulling up to me. He goes, "I want that picture out of here. I got the grandchild coming." So I know. I told him, "Go to the police." He goes, "I'm going to the police." The officers never walk by here, especially in short sleeve shirts. So he just came down here just to check out. And also that I can't put signs against this monument, which is okay. Just it's nice that I can put signs somewhere that people could read it, or have more for people to read rather. Hey, how's it going? Free Palestine. Make America great, not Israel. Yeah. Those people are starting to show up a little bit now. How you guys doing today? All right. Yeah, I think the picture the guy was talking to that told me I want that picture out of here is this one. Oh yeah, you guys seen it before. That's a good one. Well, it's funny. The blood on these hands is just caricatures. During Halloween, the masks, the stuff you see, the movies on TV. God, they're so much worse than this. And 10-year-old kids are watching that. And this is nothing. There's that car again. Yeah, this town of Piermont, a lot of people are usually walking around, but the people that with the fancy cars or motorcycles, the old cars, the classics, they always come through here. It's nice to show them off. You take a slow drive around town. There's not much to the town. It's just like about a tenth of a mile to the end of the block with the the buildings and everything. But there's a lot of restaurants here. And it's pretty and it's quaint. And it's along the Hudson. Hey, salute, Nicholas. Thank you. Yeah, I figured I'd do a little live stream, a full live stream, and talking about Trump. Hey, Adam. Adam's a local guy. He always comes by. Well, yeah, I got my friends too in town. Got my enemies. I got my friends too. But what I wanted to say too. One thing about the Republicans versus the Democrats, standing out on the street, and when somebody does accost me and starts yelling at me and everything, I'd say 9 times out of 10, a Republican, will come to my rescue. They can't. They seem, they just care more about liberty and freedom. They just do. I don't know. They just do, and constitutionality, and that's why during COVID, I say they had my back, and they most certainly did. Hey, she's dressed, huh? But hey, how's it going? But yeah, like the Republicans did have my back. I don't know if you guys know I was attacked up in Woodstown, to Piermont, New York. A couple of years now, when I was standing with my COVID signs, the guy said he was a virologist. I don't know. It seemed like kind of dumb for a virologist. But anyway, he attacked me. Young guy. Let's see, I'm 70. Back then, I would have been 68. He looked like about 35. Pretty good build. Young, working out, and I get. But anyway, yeah, he didn't like my signs. So he tried to get me off the corner. Pushing me around. He couldn't do that. He came back later. He swerved at me with his car. I figured it was all over. And then he had parked behind this restaurant called the 76 House. And he came around the corner and he starts punching me right away. He goes, I want them signs. I want them signs. But anyway, I didn't give him up. Then we got into a scuffle. We fell onto the street in front of the restaurant. And then a couple churchgoers came and broke it up. And I picked up my signs. He ran away, actually. And I didn't know where he parked this car, but he went, around the corner by the 76 House. And, he was gone. I walked the other way. But yeah, I made a police report and everything. And they never caught the guy. But there was witnesses and stuff like that. I'm still friends with them. So yeah. But one thing, the Republicans may not agree with this. COVID, they're much more apt. They were the ones that didn't get the shots. And I gotta say to rank and file, hey, what's going on? Free Palestine. The rank and file Republicans, they didn't get the shots compared to the Democrats, which went all tyrannical on me. It's, just yelling at me, put your mask on. You're killing people for not taking the shot. Just completely opposite. I got to say, with the Republicans, I would say more are Zionists, but there's not that, they're not hardcore Zionists. And there's a good percentage that aren't. Hey, Paul, I'm live streaming if you don't want to get in the...
I don't really want to get in.
Okay, so...
I'll be in the shadow.
All right. Yeah. So...
People were asking for you last week.
Yeah?
You weren't here.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I got faced the other way. But no. My daughter got married last week.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Saturday. We had just a small little
My
thing.
daughter did too.
Huh?
My daughter, when she got married, did too. 12 people, 14, 20 people, I forget.
Yeah, it wasn't even that many. Just you know, the aficionado for the marriage,
Did you
the
see,
two parents,
did
and
you
the
see
guy's
the $12 million?
Keith's brother.
Did you see the $12 million settlement?
The what? Yes.
For a worker that
Yes.
didn't get the shot
I know.
out in Illinois?
I know.
She
I tell,
worked-
somebody sent me the article. I didn't read it
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
But $12 million. Shoot,
Go for it.
Yes, both my wife and I.
12 each.
Yeah, we both got fired for not taking the jab. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know that, but yeah, both my wife and I got fired for not taking jab. And then Paul was just telling me about a lawsuit that somebody won $12 million, and that's verifiable.
And that was from a healthcare organization.
Yeah. Now, was it a class action suit, or she just had her own? Well, that's the details I gotta know.
I'm not. Well, it should be in the article. I didn't see the article.
Yeah. I gotta read it.
I heard something about more people, but I don't think I think she got an individual. But there were more people involved.
Yeah.
In a sense, I don't know if it was direct or indirect.
Yeah. Well, I think if
Doesn't make any difference.
what will happen is, if it's a strong case, the lawyers will take it pro
Copy.
bono. Yes, and they'll copy.
Because
Because
that
they'll
you have
smell
success,
money.
You have success.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, wouldn't that be great?
Right? I think it should be. Oh, if you get who do you call RFK in, he'll
Well, he's
be
well,
backing it up.
yes.
more.
Well, he's head of whatever they're gonna put him in front of.
Well, he didn't get it yet.
No.
They're fighting all this. crap,
Yeah. But
Which is, I guess.
hey, how's it?
What the hell are you doing?
What's going on? Hey, Bobby. I'm live streaming if you don't want to be on it. It don't matter. It's my old friend Bobby Bencourt. What's going on?
When I passed by, I said, "That's Nick, man."
Yeah. That's me. So how long you in town? Okay. All right, man. Take care. I'll see you on Facebook.
Bettencourt.
All right. Thank you.
They're from town, right?
Yeah. He lives in Texas now.
I think I had a Bettencourt in my class.
Yes. Yeah. He's got a couple of brothers. His sister too.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I'm starving.
All
I
right,
gotta go
Paul.
get some-
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
All right. Keep you out of the shot. There you go. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, that's an old friend of mine. I'm from grammar school. He lives in Texas, but I don't know where he stands on all this, all politics. I think he's a Republican. But he's a good guy. His nickname is Bear. All right, well, yeah, so far pretty good day. Yeah, I mean, if somebody doesn't want to be live stream, I won't put them on there. I guess I give them the courtesy. Although it doesn't really matter out in public, when you're out in public, you're allowed to do this. People really don't have an expectation of, privacy. But if they voice it out, I'll respect it. And I know Paul doesn't like that. People are eating in the square. Yeah, a little breezy today, but not cold. I mean, I can't stand the winter. But, yeah, my wife can't stand the summer. Like oil and vinegar. But I get the guy didn't come back. That one that harassed me, and that's why I'm pretty sure the policeman walked by. But, hey, how's it going? Right? Free Palestine.
We're surviving. We're fine.
Yeah, you survived.
Palestine all day, every day.
Yes. All right. God bless. Yeah, I don't know if you don't have a sense of humanity with that. I mean, with Palestine, Yeah, most people drop the plum pop October 7th. How many times I got to say? You got to go back to 1897. And from there, you can figure out what's going on, what the, you know, what the whole Zionist protocol is, and how deceptive they are and all full of lies. Like that thing, you know, there was a land without a people for a people without a land. Oh, okay. You know. And the only difference between American as far as with the, you know, Native Americans, I wasn't alive then. And I know the Palestinians, they have the deeds to the property, they have keys to their homes, and, you know, this is the time to do something about it. During slave times, if you were, you know, wanted to free the slaves, well, you know, you'd be an abolitionist. And I would hope that I would be brave enough back then to be with them and go against slavery, which is, you know, it's really a no-brainer. I mean, back then, I'm sure that, you know, times are different. Very prominent people had slaves. You know, they were pillars of the community. But still, you know, it was wrong. It was, you know, it was just an inhumane thing. And that's what the Zionists have done to Palestine by usurping their land. Hey, how's it going? Right? A little scary. Well, this one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one flipped around. Let's say we got two people. Love you, Nick. I'm not a Zionist. I didn't get the jab either. All right. Yeah, because you know, you were smart and courageous. Because they were just, you know, I worked at a pharmacy, and man, that people were coming in scared. You know, they wanted to get the, you know, they were falling all over themselves to get the jab. So I seen firsthand, you know, I talked to people, they scared everybody. They used fear. And that's what tyrants use, fear. And that's the same thing with the, you know, you fear a terrorist. And that's what 9/11 was all about. And that's a key thing. You know, I found that a lot of Republicans are open to the idea that 9/11 was an inside job. And once you got that, you know, and once you know that Mossad was involved, and CIA and whoever else, you know, that's a key thing, to not trust in your government, and of course not being a Zionist, because they killed 3,000 people on that day. And then look at the wars. It was 1 million people. The war on terror. I know my friend Rudy Dent used to say, God rest his soul, the war of terror. He used to correct me every time I said the war on terror. And he'd say, no, Nick, it's a war of terror. Yeah, he was always into the words. And he was right, 100%. That's how they indoctrinate you and propagandize you. Is with words. Noam Chomsky, you know, is a linguistic guy. I call him a high priest to the left. Don't like the guy much. At one time I did. You know, read his books. He had a great book, Manufacturing Consent. But what he did to the 9/11 truth was just completely, you know, he was a gatekeeper. The guy, Noam Chomsky, I mean, you ask him about a table and he'll talk about it for 20 minutes. But when it came to 9/11, and when somebody said, you know, is there a probability, well, I'm paraphrasing the question, you know, that it was an inside job, I think he answered it in 2 sentences. Usually ask that guy anything, he'll take 20 minutes. So, you know, he just shut that down. him and Amy Goodman was another one, which I used to follow, and you could say they were on the left, but some things they made sense. Now, getting back to Trump and the people who voted for him. Now, I voted for Trump, not because I trust him or anything, but because I voted for him twice before that, and it was mostly a protest against Democrats. But I guess, of course, the first time I probably had a sliver of hope. Not much, though, because I knew he was not good on 9/11 at all. Threw us under the bus. But at first, he came out and he said a few things that they, had to be explosives in the building and things like that. And I'm talking this the first few days. But within, a month or so, he just went total official narrative. And then plus, even on top of that, he did a thing, talking about the dancing Israelis, and he turned it into dancing Arabs and dancing Palestinians from Patterson. But they were actually dancing Israelis, and they were in, there was Jersey City, across the bridge, and they were actually filming the plane going in. So, and they were asked, got arrested by the FBI. Somebody called cops on them. And that was on the day of 9/11. And later on, they got released, I think after 75 days. And the thing was, how do you know? Like, if they knew they were filming, they knew first, why didn't they warn them? And why wouldn't they be treated like spies and traitors? But no, they went back to Israel, and they were on a TV show, and that's where they kind of, not it wasn't a confession, but they said they were there to document the event. So of course they knew beforehand. So thanks for warning us, guys. So many of these things could be with 9/11 circumstantial, but you know what? With the mob and murder and this other crime, circumstantial evidence puts you in jail. So even with the evidence against them with 9/11, what do you think? Right? So this one's a little more explicit. They got blood on their hands.
I'm going to record.
Sure, yeah, it's okay.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'd say hundreds of people took pictures of it. You want the other side? Whoop. Go ahead. You want the other side too? Yeah. Genocide Joe. Oh, you're
One
welcome.
more time.
Sure.
Come on, walk. Come on, walk.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how anybody can put up with that. Genocide.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, take care. Well, you see, that's a good encounter. Sometimes people will yell and scream, and if they're Israelis, they go crazy with death threats. That's why the cop said to me, if you need, protection, just call. And the cops in another town, they told me to get a body cam, because they knew I was under death threat, just for my own protection. Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
All right, pretty good. What do you think, right? Genocide Joe? Yeah, that's his legacy. Yeah. So I'm keep plugging away here. It's something, I'm compelled to do. Of course, ever since 9/11, that really woke me up. Before that, I was kind of apolitical. Even though with the vaccines, uh, I well, didn't get my daughter vaccinated. We homeschooled her. I just knew way back then. I mean, I was always like health conscious, even though, as a younger person, I didn't take it to the extent that I do now, or started maybe 35 years ago. But yeah, let me flip this around. But yeah, so it was natural for me to like RFK Jr., except for his stance on Zionism. Don't get that one. I know there's controversy surrounding his uncle's death. Some people do pin it on the Mossad. But I think it was probably Jack Kennedy's assassination was probably a combination, of interested parties that didn't like him. And I'm sure that was there too. What was the nuclear weapons that they were developing in Israel at the time, or they already had it? They would declare it. I think was on him for that. Some say the Federal Reserve. I don't know. There's probably a whole slew. But yeah, scary stuff. But yeah, well, I guess that's always been humanity. It's a pecking order sometimes. Just like in the natural world. It's funny, a lot of people, they'll see deers or rabbits. Well, they are cute, but they do have their own little pecking order and social construct that, is a little brutal. But yeah, it's not all just Bambi. Kind of sparsely, people just coming and going. Like I said, I usually spend at least 3 hours. 4 hours is probably my max. I'll sit down for a second. It's hard to hold the signs and the phone at the same time. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. But the power of Zionism in controlling the narrative. But again, there are politicians that are coming out and, talking about it. I'll turn myself. And, how they have to make pledges to Zionism or Israel. What's his name? Jose Vega. He got ousted, I think. Hey, how's it going?
They lost.
Yeah.
They lost.
Yes, they did. So did you vote for Trump? You did, right?
No, I did not vote.
No, you didn't.
I would never vote for Trump.
Oh, I did. I did 3 times.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't vote for Trump.
Yeah. Well,
But she lost a lot of her, they
Yeah.
all voted third party.
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't vote.
You know how many people told me because of me holding the
I know.
sign here?
Yeah.
I was going to vote for Jill Stein.
I know, yeah.
But I just said the heck with it because my story during
I know.
COVID, right? Yeah. I'm live streaming.
Oh,
So.
okay. No, I wouldn't.
Okay,
don't
you're
vote
not
for
on it. You're not on it.
No, but I wouldn't vote for Trump either.
Yeah.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, no,
in
a
my
lot.
eyes, but,
You're pretty much Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some-
I know.
I am.
I
Has
don't.
to
I
be,
yeah. I don't
but-
trust him on different
I know.
things.
But she
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah. Well, the Democratic Party did.
Fucked up.
And yeah.
Real bad.
What I'm
But-
saying now is, especially with this issue,
Yeah.
with Zionism,
Yeah.
it was like a slow death. But look, I'm really staunchly against it.
Yeah, me too.
With the Republicans, look at the cabinet
I know.
that Trump has appointed.
Well, there you
So,
go.
yeah.
You voted for it.
Yeah, and even my man RFK Jr.,
Yeah.
who was so with me with COVID.
So we're both in a shit.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where we can find common
That's
ground.
where we find common ground.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, because that's part of
It is.
humanity, you
It
know.
is. I know. No, all of them are. They're all gonna be in.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys
All
see
right,
next time.
all right. Take care. Yeah, she didn't want to be on. I talk to a lot of people here, and people, they get to know me and my politics, and I guess I'm a little stranger why I voted for Trump. I definitely don't trust the guy, but I don't have that vitriolic hatred that a lot of Democrats have. And when I first started standing with my COVID signs, supposed vaccine injury cover-up, vaccines kill. When I started doing that, a lot of Democrats did think I was, a Trumpster, and the hatred they had for him was unbelievable. I was never like that. I never had that. I don't believe he's a racist or anything. Like I said, I don't trust him, on a political level. But even Biden, I don't hate. I mean, the Democrats, I don't hate. I hate what they did. I hate that Biden called me a killer, because I refused the vaccine. I hate the tyrannicalness of them. But even Trump not doubled down, tripled down on his vaccine rhetoric. So, on that level, how could I trust him? And on 9/11, like I was talking about before, how could I trust him? But, yeah, I do have a lot of hope. As crazy as this world is today, we could be on the brink of a nuclear, war between Russia and what dragged into a war with Iran in the Middle East. I still have a lot of hope, and I have hope in humanity. And like I said before to that woman, there is common ground, and it's in our humanity. We all don't want to be abused and used. And sometimes they convince us, like on COVID, those people actually thought that, by forcing people to get the vaccine and stuff, that they were doing good. People will act when, they think that they're doing good. It's the same, it's the same thing with the Republican and with Zionism. If you think that they're God's chosen people and you buy into all that and that they're good and Muslims are bad, Muslims did 9/11, if you have that in your head, you think you're doing good. But I don't look at it like that. Justice is justice. And, sometimes you have to remove the veil and the context they put things in. I don't believe any war would happen unless the leaders or the kings of old put it into a context, where people, were agitated or angry or think they were doing good, like the Crusaders or something, that they're doing things in God's name. And that's how you get, human beings to create atrocities. And the psychopaths, but they're few, they're single. They're single-minded. They do psychopathic things, but that's because they're sick. But these people that are, do things that are bad, but they're thinking they're doing good, are just misled. And it's a sad thing. But I'm sure I got caught up in things like that myself. But I try not to. And I think that's what critical thinking is. But the basis of that political critical thinking is that you have to know that your government or these politicians, they're just not on your side. You know, it's too easy to take $10,000 at that, $100,000 for, to give somebody political favors. And then, of course, with APAC, what do? I mean, they buy off politicians. Good old Biden right here. He took over $6 million from APAC, throughout his career. Granted, it was a long one. But yeah, they're all bought off. And, Trump, with his bankruptcies, pretty much the banks owned him. They bailed him out. I think it was somebody affiliated with the Rothschild. As a matter of fact, I know they were the bankers way back then during the 90s when he went bankrupt big time. He said it himself. It's like he got whacked. Some bikers, they all go through here. Cyclists, rather. But yeah, I'm probably just rambling on. But I wanted to turn this live stream on just in case I had some trouble with that guy that stopped by and that went to the police. But I don't know what his political views are or anything like that. He was using his grandchild as an excuse because of the blood on the hands. Well, like I said, Halloween just passed. My God, this stuff you saw. Hey, how's it going? Right, Joe Biden's legacy. Genocide Joe. Well, I hope you guys found this somewhat interesting, my little rants. I get a little distracted. But basically, that's it. I just wanted to cover the Trump election. And I guess to sum it up, I think it's going to be a good thing in the sense that Republicans wear their Zionism on their sleeve, whereas Democrats, they're kind of sneaky about it. They like this good old Genocide Joe. They allowed it to happen, even though their constituents didn't want it to. But they really spoke with the forked tongue because their actions, showed exactly where they were. Where were these Republican cabinet members and stuff that being, they tell you straight out, and which is good. You know what you're fighting, and you know what you're fighting against. And, there's going to be a price someday for that, being a Zionist. It's going to be like, I don't like to use the analogy, but Nazism and Zionism are paralleled. If you believe the rhetoric about Nazis, well, you could just overlay that on top of Zionism and Zionists. But yeah, I guess I'll sum it up. How long I've been streaming? Oh my God, time goes so fast. 43 minutes. Well, you guys that stayed with me here, I could see you still on. Thanks. Yeah, I'm not a very good live streamer. I don't really know what I'm doing. But,
And she's like, yeah, like you were coming. Yeah, whatever.
all right, I guess I'll just wrap it up. Like I said, it's a semi-busy day. Some days it's like full action. Other days it's slow. Otto's always here. Sometimes they have, they do, I guess, catering and parties and things like that. They must have good food because it's always pretty crowded. And a lot of the restaurants in town do. They have great food. There's a Spanish restaurant down the street. We went there for my anniversary, my wife and I. But yeah, 32 years married to her. Yep, time goes so fast. All right, let me turn this phone around now. All right, guys, I can wrap it up. All right, so this is Nick, your average Joe, named Nick. I'll sign out now. And take care of yourselves, and God bless.